A15 in crowd. A15 in crowd. A15 in crowd. A15 A15 in crowd. A15 in crowd. A15 in crowd. A15 A15 in crowd. A15 in crowd. A15 in crowd. A15 A15 in crowd. 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 A15 A15 in crowd. A15 in crowd. A15 in crowd. A15 A15 in crowd. A15 in crowd. A15 in crowd. A15 A15 in crowd. A15 in crowd. A15 in crowd.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ready.
Just relax and enjoy the ride.
In crowd. A15 in crowd. A15 in crowd. A15 in crowd. A15
It's probably true. Many of us have never used every paper in a single notebook and probably never will. I'm Greg. He's Tom. This is your In Crowd 815 podcast for the 11th day of January, the year 2025, the latest it has ever been.
In the history of mankind. And I believe I know someone who did use every paper in the notebook. That'd be Snoop Dogg.
Oh, hey.
If you know what I mean. I'm just kidding.
And the pre-show conversation comes up right off the bat.
Yes,
All right.
it does. By the way, here we go with the Pac-Man 35. I can't.
35 strikes out.
That's my grade of D there. And then here we go. Pac-Man winner wins it all. A plus. Pac-Man takes the crown. So these two
This
things
deserves
here.
some context.
I know you didn't want to start the show like this.
This deserves some context.
That's right. Are going to go in this little frame right here. Sorry about that, buddy. This little frame right here.
Tom has a legit beef. Beef because his Yahoo, the facilitators of his Yahoo fantasy sports league basically told him his draft sucked.
Yeah, they did. They said I had a D.
Yeah, well, let's just watch me manipulate this as a great fantasy football general manager and win the whole darn thing.
Okay, so the guy that I beat, his name is Bob from Gold Go. He got a D minus for D plus. They gave him a D plus for his effort. But I won my fantasy football championship. I won it. And by the way, this beautiful little trophy comes courtesy of Specialty Engraving. No free commercials here.
Specialty Engraving.
We're not gonna charge Tina for a commercial, but no, she did a wonderful job and she's a wonderful person. In fact, it's the mom of Danielle, who's likely going to be on next week talking about NAMI.
Yes, NAMI, Danielle Angelari, the executive director of NAMI here in Northern Illinois. We've got some great events coming up.
Trivia event. We've got 3 trivia events coming up: January 30th, and then one that the last Thursday of February, and then the last February of March. It's a series that she wants to do. So,
awesome.
But anyway, I just so the real quick backstory. I know we got stuff to get to. Is this? They have a bunch of little snot-nosed college grads at Yahoo, and they put them on Yahoo Sports Detail. Okay,
Uh-huh.
Jenkins, you're going to run the Yahoo draft and all that, and you're going to write about it. So they
Mhm.
write stuff about it. Well, gee, Pac-Man 35 apparently didn't know it was draft day because his draft was a D minus. Okay, fine. I get the humor. It's fine. But they said
What
I
order
went
were you
C.
in? Were you like the 5th or 10th person to draft?
Well, if you were the 10th, then you'd be the first for the next round. So
Right.
either way, you're going to be okay. I was second, and
Okay.
I drafted who did I draft? I drafted one of the best running backs. I can't remember who because I
Okay.
made so many changes
Derrick
over the
Henry
year.
or Saquon Barkley, one of those
It
guys?
wasn't either of those two. It was it might have been Brees Hall, maybe not. Not with
Okay.
his injuries. I don't remember. But anyway, Brees Hall did a great job for me all year. But I didn't get Saquon. I didn't get Derrick Henry. But Saquon because he's so injury prone. Derrick Henry
Mhm.
because he's going to a new team. He's kind of getting older. I don't
Who
know.
knew? Who
But
knew?
anyway, I thought a good draft. The reason my last 3 or 4 picks were bad because what happens is you're drafting a lot of auto draft against a lot of auto draft people, and they get the best pick on the board. I don't have that luxury because the pick I wanted is now gone. Now I got to struggle to find one and find one and
Right.
find one. So I just grabbed guys that I had in my field. They're ready to go. But anyway,
Well, let's do this before we get. Hurry up. Wrap it up.
well, it's okay. It's just personal pride for me. That's all it is. I'm going to display this thing up there on the thing, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
We got a big number of the week. Let's get to that before we get to our guest. Our current race to 10 has me way out in front, 5-2,
Yeah,
in
bragger.
our new scoring system here since losing Joanne. Hi, Joanne. Hope you're doing well today.
Hi, Joanne. We miss you.
Our big number of the week this week is 1.3 million. And your answer, is it Grills or Gills?
Oh wow.
Grills or Gills? That sounds really familiar. Yeah, there's only one letter in difference.
Yeah, I can make the argument that I just spelled it wrong. I did
That's
fat
right.
fingers, so I
So
can't lose on this one.
make sure you get the correct spelling when you put in the comments what your guess is. What does our big number have to do with anything this week? Is it more about grills or more about gills? Put your answer in the
I don't
comments.
know. God, I may have added a letter, or I may have forgot a letter. I don't know. Gosh Almighty, my
Uh,
fingers, man, they're just.
I think I'm trying to think of something really creative and fun to say about our guests today. They have
They're on the
combined.
top of the heap.
I think their combined age doesn't even come close to how old you are. We have some young people on the show today, and we're really, really excited to bring on our friends from the Ski Bronx Water Ski Show team. We've got Lily and Dalton coming on right now, and they are doing something really, really cool. Good morning, young people.
Good morning.
Good morning, young people. Wow. He used to say to me, "Good morning, old person," and I'm like, "Dude, come on.
Be nice. Be nice.
Yeah, be
Well,
nice."
I'm wearing my Ski Bronx shirt today from like 12 years ago, which I got to turn around too and show off the back. Can you read that?
Something DJ, big day DJ.
Big day DJ. When I was the MC of the Ski Bronx in 2012, 2013, and 2014, I think that's when I first met Dalton.
Indeed.
Who was probably mostly rolling ropes and helping behind the scenes at that time and not doing much skiing in the actual show.
That's correct.
What year do you remember actually starting to really get involved in the show skiing part of the Ski Bronx, Dalton?
It was probably just a couple years after that. It'd be 15 or 16.
Okay. And of course Lily was like just born then. So we how old are you, Lily? 14, 15? You're 14. Okay, all right. Don't take any of this as being picking on you. I'm just yeah. I know. Knowing the nature of your
Do you know
father.
how long ago that was for me?
What?
When I was 14.
Oh gosh,
that was like 6 presidents ago. Wow. God Almighty.
Well, the Ski Bronx Water Ski Show team has been around now for what, 55, 60 years, something like that. It's been the Ski Bronx team has been around a long time, has done a lot of different things over the years. And for those who may be new to the area and don't know what or who the Ski Bronx is, Let's let Lily tell everybody what are the Ski Bronx. What's the Ski Bronx water ski show team? Let's see if I can put you on the main screen here, and you could tell us about the Ski Bronx. Go for it, Lily.
Okay, the Ski Bronx is a water ski show team that skis in Rockford, and we put on shows every Wednesday and Friday, and we practice and we ski throughout the summer.
So it's an active group. It's a very active group. And it's really cool that this organization has been around. I'm playing with the screens, guys. I'm sorry. I'm figuring this thing out. One of these screens is better than the other. I'm such a square. Free shows. Obviously, the Ski Bronx has expenses because boats aren't free and gasoline isn't free. How in the world can you possibly do free shows, Dalton? How does that work?
We get a lot of sponsorships. We ask for donations during our shows, reaching out to the crowd for any sort of funding that anyone's willing to give us, writing grants, anything along those lines. Do what we can to support our community so that our community can give back to us.
I think there were some people in the Rockford region that really just first learned about the Ski Bronx about a year and a half ago or 2 years ago when they found out that there was this big grant that was given to improve the site, right? So there's a lot of news about the Shorewood Park Ski Bronx Water Ski Show present area being upgraded. And so it was really cool to see all that come together. But you guys got to ski before the site was fixed up, and now afterwards. Can either one of you want to talk a little bit about the actual site itself, where you guys ski in Shorewood Park?
Yeah. So the site, we're down on the river, of course, at Shorewood Park. I know it's gone through a couple iterations. I've seen pictures way before my time. They actually used to ski a lot further down, more by where the boat ramp is now. Used to be where the main stage was. Over time, they've migrated north, and then they built up timber walls, built a stage up there. We have a main dock that's put in there as well. And then most recently, we just completely redid it. Well, whoever did it, I think it was Stenstrom, actually redid it. They went in and put wall in and new concrete all throughout there. They actually gave us a little bit bigger show course. So our dock's a little further south now. We migrated back just a hair south. And so, it's really nice. We're working out some kinks and bugs still, but overall the site's tremendous.
And it's right across the river from the Rockford Country Club, which is pretty cool too. You've got, the dining area of the country club kind of overseeing the Shorewood Park area and the Ski Bronx show ski course. For those who I guess don't even know what show skiing is, Lily, do you want to describe do you tell people when your friends ask you, what is show skiing? What are you doing? I mean, I know what gymnastics is. I know what basketball and volleyball. I know. What is water ski show skiing?
I would say that water ski show skiing isn't only skiing, but it's like different things that you can do on the water being pulled by a boat. And then you do it competitively or you do it for crowds. Where like if you're just water skiing, it's just like a boat day. That's how I explain it to my friends, and then they're all like, I explain it that like you can go to like a regionals for skiing and a nationals for skiing and different competitions like that, and then they kind of get like, oh, it's competitive but water skiing, so they kind of mix the two.
Yeah. I if you've ever been to any kind of competitions, whether it's volleyball or basketball or football or anything like that, you have games, you have teams going head to head. In water ski show ski competitions, you've got all these teams racking up points. I try to describe it, I guess, as kind of like marching band competitions when you have like 8 or 10 marching band teams all competing for titles and stuff. It's unfortunately that's also a little bit of a niche sport. not everybody understands that either. So, this year for you two is really something special because you got invited to do something that has any Ski Bronx skier ever been invited to be a part of this before that you are aware of? I'm not.
No.
The USA water ski show team. Help me if I'm not sure if I get this right. The USA water ski show team skis in a world competition, I think every 2 years.
Something like that. Yeah. I think it's 2 years.
And probably 6 or 8 years ago, the Ski Bronx hosted the World Tournament. The World Tournament was right here in Loves Park, and we had teams from all over the world. Was it like 7 or 8 different countries came here to water ski? Team Belgium was here, Team Australia was here, and all, it was just really awesome that these teams from all over the world came to ski here and compete against some of the best water ski skiers in the world. Since then, I forget which. I think Florida's hosted one, and this year it's in Australia. Have either one of you ever been to Australia?
No.
Tom, you ever been to Australia?
No, and I've never put another shrimp on the Barbie either. But I was going to say, it wasn't until I was 42, I think, that I actually went outside of the United States. We went to Canada, the Niagara Falls side. We were on a trip taking my daughter to college, to a potential college. Anyway, so Lily, is this your first time out of the country at all, right?
No.
In any facet?
I've been to Canada before for a water ski competition.
Okay, well, that is so cool. All I can say is enjoy it and do as much of it as you can, because one of my biggest regrets is that I've never been anywhere outside of the United States except for Canada. One day we went to Niagara Falls side of Canada. It was awesome. I can now say I'm an international traveler, but enjoy this because not many people at the age of 14 get to go to a foreign country, let alone Australia. Probably the farthest point you'll ever get from the United States from here. So that is amazing.
It is amazing, and it's a long flight. So I hope you know how to get comfortable on an airplane.
It'll be my first time on an airplane.
Oh my!
Whoa,
that's quite the way to get acclimated to airplane.
Just gotta dive right in, right?
Yeah, it's a long.
Yeah.
Do you have a layover somewhere? Are flights booked?
Yeah, flights are booked. We go. I don't have the paper in front of me, but I think it's from here to California or Texas, one of the two, like a 6-hour layover, and then I think we board and unboard 2 or 3 times. So.
Oh my.
Yeah, as long as you don't have a layover in the ocean,
That's right.
Yeah, let's avoid that.
You don't need that. So, and this is coming up in March.
Yep.
First or second weekend of March, something like that.
The tournament is March 21st through the 23rd.
Okay.
All right, so 6 months from that is September. So you figure opposite weather. So September weather for us in March, September 21st, whatever, would be probably about 70, 72, maybe 75, and then 45, 50 at night or something like that.
Fall weather. Fall weather in Australia.
It's basically fall weather it'll be. Are you prepared for that? You guys have the full-on scuba suits, right?
Yeah. Well, 75 will be nice compared to here, right? Yeah.
Well, yeah, absolutely. But that's still going to be kind of cold, isn't it?
So we just got back from a trip from Florida. Air temps was probably in the 70s, and then water temp was probably somewhere in the 50s or 60s, and it wasn't too bad. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that a practice session for you two?
It was. Yeah. Try and get us on the water before we take off in March to Australia.
Okay. And that's my next question. I'm going to get a video up of you guys skiing here while we're talking about this next part. Because you're members of the Ski Bronx water ski show team. You know how Ski Bronx does shows, but now you're on a team of superstars. Let's just put it that way. You're on a team full of superstars. And you're working with show directors you've never worked with before. How long have you been given information, I guess, now to prepare to be a part of what they're planning for a show?
So it's actually, we're competing on the individual side of things. So we're not actually going to be skiing on the show portion. we're just going to be doing our little 5-minute routine. So essentially, we are the show directors of what we're doing. So it's whatever we want to do, really. But we've been planning. So ever since nationals, we got our feedback at nationals, and we've been tinkering and tweaking everything to try and get it just so for Worlds, so that we can be ready and prepared once we get there.
Okay. So the show team and the individuals, that I guess that's something else that we didn't really even talk about. The fact that there's water ski shows where there's a whole team putting on a show, and then there are individual competitions. You see the jump there, you just pass the jump in the water. So there'll be there's a jumper competition. There's individual swivels. I think there's is there a individual conventional doubles and strap doubles couples?
Just strap. Yep. No conventionals. Strap. Yep.
What else am I missing as far as individual competitions?
There's jump, swivel, and then there's team jump. And then depending on what tournament you go to, there's swivel pairs as well. So 2 girls out there swiveling together, trying to be as in sync as possible. And then doubles, which is what we do, what you're seeing on your screen now.
There we go.
And that is incredible. Do you guys do like the 5 high pyramid, or is it just for you guys at Ski Bros?
So that would be a part of the show ski, like the actual team orientation. I don't know if Lily was a part of the 5 high or not. I can't remember, but I was a part of the 5 high when Ski Bronx did the 5 high back a couple years ago.
But you won't do it in your international
no,
competition
we will
in
not.
Australia,
Correct.
right? There's probably not enough time to practice it.
Yeah,
would we
go ahead.
Would we be in trouble if we told anybody? Maybe you don't even know what the team is planning on doing. Do you know if the Team USA is going to try to put a 5 high on the water in competition?
Go ahead.
What do you think, Lily?
I would imagine so, only because there's so many people and they're so good at what they do. But I don't know how many people they have on the team. But if they have enough people, I would imagine so.
So Lily, I have a question for you. When I was 14, I was playing in the dirt and collecting baseball cards and putting them in my bicycle spokes. I was a weird 14-year-old. You're 14. How in the world do you get to this point? I mean, obviously you're blessed, and I think it's wonderful. What is your background? Gymnastics? Greg mentioned gymnastics. When did you start all of this, and how did you get to be so good at the age of 14? You're going to Australia. You're good. You're part of a team. So.
My mom took me to a show in 2019, I think. And then I told her I wanted to do a pyramid. So I joined the team, and I didn't start doing doubles until 2020 with another partner. So I kind of built my foundation, which I'm very grateful for. And then, what did we start doing doubles 2 years ago?
Yep, 2 years ago.
So 2023.
Wow. That's incredible. Does mom ever, I know as a parent myself, I know I would freak out if I'm watching my daughter or my son up there doing that. Does mom ever freak out like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God? Or does she have complete and 100% total confidence in what you're doing?
I would say total
Dad's the one that's more nervous.
Yes. He's not even flying. He's like, no.
Mom's the one that's actually holding the pin to make sure I don't die if I fall. So total confidence in her as well. So yeah. So
that's a good point.
In case you didn't know, I'm on a belt, so I'm tethered to the boat. My hands are free to throw Lily around. And so if anything happens, somebody's in the boat that has to release me from the boat. And that person is Lily's mother, Ashlyn.
So if there's a wipeout, she's the first person to say, pull the pin, undo the line, free them up so they can just stop moving.
Yeah.
And there's the boat that's towing the skiers, which is you two. And there are other safety boats standing by in case of a wipeout and stuff like that too. So there's a lot of safety involved in show skiing and even in the individual part of that. Since you guys have been skiing together now for over 2 years, what's some of the highlights of your time together? And obviously you won something last year Tell us a little bit about, I guess, your highlights, your experiences as a team. Any memories of the last couple of years? Obviously, getting invited to be a part of this event is going to be a highlight for your life. But in the last couple of years, you've done some really cool stuff.
I know this year that we got first at a City Lakes tournament in Indiana, and then at regionals we got fourth, and then we got fourth again at nationals, which is still really good because there was a lot of people, and we did pretty good. And then at Dubbit we got, or there's a tournament or like a little competition called Dubbit, which is hosted by someone in the ski world. But we got second at that tournament after nationals. That's this year. That's our accomplishments this year.
And then last year we took first place at Central Region Tournament, and then we took third place at Nationals last year. Which
is so awesome. How many other teams are you aware of, as far as Team USA goes, are also going to be competing on these individual sports? So there's going to be 5 individual swivelers and 5 doubles couples. And then I'm not sure about jumpers. Any of the national teams you got your eye on that you're like, okay, I know I've heard of their reputation. I know they're really good. I want to make sure we're doing as good as them or better. I have not heard of any other national doubles couples, so maybe I should do a little more research. Well, maybe not. I'm not encouraging you to do that. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's, when it comes to competitions, there's competing against yourself to be better than you were yesterday, right? That's the number one thing. You should always just be doing that. Because of this type of competition, I guess, just kind of brainstorming, talking out loud. You want to see what other teams are doing to see if they're doing anything new, right? In case they're doing something different that you've never done before. Is there a trick that you two have seen done that you would like to do that you haven't done yet, or maybe you are working on to try and, or when it comes to the trick part of this thing?
You can answer, Dawn.
So, there's, in layman's term, there's like a trick grid of like all the tricks that are currently known, more or less. Mm-hmm. That was basically our main focus for a while, is just making sure we can do as many of those tricks as we can. There are some tricks on there that more or less don't get done that often. And we tried to throw a couple of those into our routine at nationals. They are there, and it's fun to play with them. But yeah, a lot of people don't do them for a reason. They're hard. Maybe they don't score so great. There's a lot of different reasons, but you definitely grab the attention of your fellow competitors when you throw one of those out.
What you're seeing right now on the screen, I think is called a hot pick, right? Hot pickup.
That is correct. The
skier comes up to the dock, already moving, picks up the partner, and is this?
Yeah, it'll be at the end of this one.
I think the only trick I know is that the torch flip.
That was actually a Wizzo, so it's a torch flip with a half twist. So that is one of the moves that not a lot of people have done. I think it's actually only us and maybe 1 or 2 other couples have ever done that on water.
Warner, there's your Wizzo. How about that?
Yeah, okay.
See, even having been an announcer for a few years, there's so much about water skiing that I have no clue about. The only trick I ever learned that was the name was a torch flip, and obviously I even got that wrong today. So there you go.
That's understandable though. You probably will never see that again. Yes, that was.
That's all right, Greg. It will not be on the trivia round today, so don't worry, you're safe. So I have a question, backing up a little bit. Where do you guys practice during the off season? Because you really can't do it in the Rock River in January and February and March and November, December. Where do you practice? How do you keep in
shape?
Whatever?
So we try and practice at least once a week, and it's actually now my current employer, but we practice in a shop at Rock River Enterprise and Barge. So we throw down a couple mats, and then we lift, we get some spotters, and we do what we can do on the water. You just obviously do it without skiing and moving. You just do it in the air on land.
Hey, is there something that they can do to try to make it a little bit more difficult for you? Do they like shake the mats or something so that you feel like it's, balancing?
Throw buckets of water on you while you're doing it.
We have had thoughts of treadmills or pulling us across the shop. Yeah, all of those sound a little more dangerous than what they might return.
Well, I guess here's the question. When you practice on land, do you put your feet in skis?
No, I like to be able to move around. It's a different feeling being pulled through the water at 16 miles an hour. You have a nice constant force pulling against you. When you're on land, there's equal forces all around you, so it's a lot easier to be able to step left or step right if something's not completely in balance.
Well, the goal on the page here says $8,500. You're just a little over $1,000 short yet of hitting your goal. So if anybody wants to donate, I'm going to go ahead and put this spot fund link in the comments in the chat right now. So you can go right to this page, help our local Ski Bronx water ski show team send Dalton and Lily to Australia to compete in the World Championships of water skiing and coming up here in March. Is there anything else that we should be asking you about that we might have not thought to ask you? Anything you were hoping we would ask you about this morning that we want to make sure we cover?
I don't think so. I think you covered a lot of what I was thinking about answering.
I'll tell you what I didn't do. We were so distracted this morning, Tom. I blame Tom for this. It's Tom's fault.
It's my fault with my Pac-Man 35 trophy. I took up some time that I
see. Normally, I ask people to talk about themselves. You're not getting any pay this week, Tom. So okay. We want to know about you guys really quick. What school you go to, and you can tell us a little bit about your employer. So Lily, tell us what school do you go to, and you already told us you're 14.
I actually don't live in Rockford. I live about 45 minutes away, so I go to Freeport High School, and that's what school I go to.
All right, so Lily's a pretzel. Go Pretzels. Do you do anything in high school extracurricular that, obviously water skiing takes up a lot of your time, so there's probably not a whole heck of a lot extra things you can do, but what else do you do?
I do volleyball for the school, and I do club volleyball, and there's not really anything like extracurricular other than my sport, but yeah.
Okay. So there's a good club volleyball team in Freeport that you travel with?
No, it's in Dakota. It's like 10 minutes away.
So. Okay.
Right down 75.
What's your club team?
Northwest Illini.
Northwest Illini. All right. So shout out to Northwest Illini Club Volleyball. And is that a team full of 14 and 15-year-olds, 14 and 13-year-olds?
I made the 15U, so there are still like 14-year-olds if they did make it up, but it's mostly 15-year-olds.
Okay. Now, are you going to be missing anything volleyball-wise when you go on this trip to Australia? Yeah, I was going to say, I bet you're missing at least
missing a tournament.
But obviously, this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. You don't want to pass this up for sure. So no. I bet your teammates are pretty freaking excited about this for you.
If they know, yeah.
If they know. If they know.
Are any of them mad at you? Like, how can you do that to us?
No.
You can go to Australia anytime.
No.
Just kidding.
So, and Dalton, where are you a Harlem guy?
Yeah, I went to Harlem. Yep.
Dalton's a Harlem Husky, and tell us a little bit about your background before, other than Ski Bronx.
So I'm working with Rock River Enterprise and Barge. So big white barge on the Rock River. Anything that goes on the river, really, we got our hands in for the most part. Putting docks in and out, seawall jobs, anything along those lines. That's what we're doing.
Okay. And I won't ask Lily. You're only 14, so I'm not going to go there. Dalton, do you have career aspirations? You got to have a guy, an idea of what you want to do post high school and such.
I just winging it, just do what I can, see where life takes me.
Okay. All right. Now, Tom, Dalton's got a cool dad named Greg also. So Greg's he's a good guy.
All right. I have a cool friend named Greg.
Yeah, he lives in another state.
Greg Johnson is his name. So yeah, he's pretty cool guy.
All right. Well, I think I think we covered all your bases. We want people to know that they can support Dalton and Lily on their trip to Australia. If you can donate a few bucks, if we can just get a few more people to donate a few more bucks, we can hit that goal of $8,500 and make sure that all the expenses are covered. And besides the skiing, is there anything else in Australia that you're hoping to see or do or experience while you're there?
I want to see a kangaroo.
Careful, they fight.
Yeah, don't get too close.
Videos. I just want to see one from afar.
That's a great answer. I love that. I would love to see a kangaroo. I wouldn't even have thought. I'm thinking Sydney Opera House, maybe the Olympic venue, maybe the kangaroo. I like that. Oh, and by the way, you're on the lunch menu for just about every animal in Australia, so be careful. They have bugs that I don't think God even knows about. They have weird formations and incarnations and whatever.
Shouldn't have to worry about that when you're skiing, though. All I've heard is Australia. Which city are you guys going to even?
I cannot pronounce it. It's like MPOWR.
Okay. Is it anywhere close to Sydney or Melbourne that people might?
I don't think so. Yeah.
Okay. Because I didn't see the name of the city anywhere. Just saw Australia. So I wonder if that means you're going to fly into one of these bigger cities and have to drive a little ways. Maybe you'll see some of the country.
I think we're flying into a small airport pretty close to the site.
No,
okay.
Are we flying into Sydney, Mom? Albury. We're flying into Albury.
Albury. Okay. All right. Well, Australia is like the size of the United States. It's a big country. Obviously, it's a lot less populated than our country is. So, all I know is you're going to have a trip of a lifetime. I hope you have an awesome, fun time, and hopefully we can raise a few more bucks for you here, and then in the coming weeks to make sure all your expenses are covered. And win, lose, or draw, we're going to be proud of you guys. So, congratulations on getting this great place. And not just the Ski Bronx, but the entire state line is really proud of you guys. And now we're going to humiliate you with trivia. So,
oh boy.
Oh, come on now. You got 3 of you here, 3 of you. So you should do all right. You play as a team, just like the Ski Bronx, just like,
I'm not sure if anyone's with
all
Dalton right now, but I know Lily's mom is in the room. Lily's mom, you can help too.
All right, Lily's mom.
Help
Help us with trivia.
I don't care. It's fine. Just help me.
The more the merrier. The more brains, the better chance we got at scoring.
Mom, camera's big enough. Let's go. She's probably she's camera shy. Okay. All right. Here you go. You guys ready?
Oh, wait. I did that. Wait. Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen.
I'm waiting.
Put all that effort into the graphic. We got to make sure we use it. All right,
right.
dude.
Those glasses. You make me look like Buddy Holly. That'll be the day. All right. You guys are like, Buddy who? What? Yeah. He was dead before I was born. All right. Here we go. Question number 1 should be an easy one. Should be. All right. Acronyms, sort of. It's initialisms, really. In regard to TV stations, what does the MS in MSNBC stand for?
I think I know this one.
Well, once again, in regard to TV stations, what does the MS in MSNBC stand for?
Is it media station?
I think it's Microsoft. I think
Oh, it could be.
I
Yeah.
think it's another company that's I could be wrong on that one though. I don't know.
You could be wrong, and you could
Mom.
be right. No, you're
Is that
right.
all right? All right. Microsoft.
All right. 1-0. Very good.
All right.
Very good. All right. Here we go. This is one of my favorites. Candy. Love candy. All right. According to SoSweetShop.com, what is the most popular candy bar of all time?
I mean, Hershey's been around a long time, though.
The Hershey's chocolate candy bar is generic enough that most people probably like it. The Hershey's chocolate or the Snickers bar. That's another one.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
But I think we should go with your initial thing, Dalton. I think you should go with the Hershey's bar.
So, Lily, what did you say?
I said I'm a mix between Hershey's and Snickers. Those were mine.
Okay, you go ahead.
This is okay. I'm gonna go with Hershey's because it's older.
Oh no, you're supposed to go with Snickers.
He was giving you the answer.
He was trying to bail us out.
Yeah, that's all
I'll
right.
take one of these
Snickers.
Reese's peanut butter trees. That's what I'm going for right here.
And I'll do some Brock's candy corn.
Oh,
You don't want to get in a candy war
We
with
used
me.
to
I'm
call-
the only
I've
one
got
without
so much-
candy.
We used to call my grandpa
Yeah.
Snickers because he loved Snickers so much. He was referred to as Snickers.
Snickers satisfied. That's what they say. All right, number 3, literature. The Newbery Medal is awarded annually for what genre of writing? The Newbery Medal is awarded annually for what genre of writing?
The Newbery Medal.
I got
Okay,
nothing.
So poetry, novels. What other genre of writing is there? Technical manuals? I don't know. I mean, other than poetry, I'm not sure what else to even guess. What's your favorite style of story writing?
Well, not that there's a correlation, but the first word in the medal is what?
Newberry?
Newbery?
Well, the first. Okay, new. And what is another word for new?
Paper.
Novella.
That's kind
Novella, novels.
No. New, like in newborn or babies or kids or
Children's books.
children's
Okay.
literature. I know that's a tough clue.
You know what
All right.
stinks about that, Tom? You know we
What's that?
had a children's author at our Rockford Linked Lunch, the last Rockford Linked Lunch of 2024. We had Karen Blasky, a local author who writes children's books and teenage books, and she mentioned the Newbery thing.
There you go.
I don't have it in front of me now, but anyway, yeah. Sorry,
Round
Karen.
one was-
Karen, I'm sorry.
It's out of here. I threw it. It's like a boomerang. It's like we're in Australia. All right. Here we go. Question number 4. Oh, here. This is a good question. Does sound travel faster in the air or in water?
Ooh.
Water.
Physics for you
I think
here.
it's water.
Does sound travel faster in air or water?
Water because
Gosh.
All right.
Lily's going to go with water. We're going to go with Lily's answer this time because she should have got it right the last time.
Yeah. Well, Dalton said it first anyway, but they both agreed. So water it is. Water it is.
All right.
Water it is.
We're back to 50% now.
All right. There's another one down. Another one bites dust. All right, here you go. Question number 5. Who is known as the Oracle of Omaha? The Oracle of Omaha. And it's not Peyton Manning. Remember when Peyton Manning used to go, Omaha, Omaha, Omaha?
Not that.
Peyton Manning. Again, who is known as the Oracle of Omaha?
He's a world famous investor. Any idea? He's an old man.
I don't know who Omaha is.
He's an old man.
Old
Omaha, Nebraska is
investor.
where he lives. Yeah. His partner just recently passed away. His partner was a guy named Charlie Munger. But the Oracle of Omaha is Warren Buffett.
Okay.
Warren
Buffett.
All right.
Super
Warren Buffett.
awesome investor. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Follow his advice.
All right.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. All right. Here's another one. Speaking of passing away. All right, here's another one, and then we got a final question, which is good for you guys. Bush's Baked Beans had a dog for a mascot. What was the dog's name?
Buddy.
Bush's Baked Beans.
I'm gonna wait until you submit your answer. That obviously was not it. So you're just thinking right now. It's okay.
Bush's Baked Beans. I never even knew they had a mascot.
Oh yeah, you've seen it. You've seen it.
Was it a golden retriever?
It was kind of an Irish setter golden retriever type.
Was it Beans?
It's a great dog.
I don't know. I guess pick your favorite dog name because I have no clue.
Beats me.
All right, I'm gonna give you one hint. John Wayne.
Duke.
Duke is correct.
All
The Duke. You get a half point for that one.
right.
All right. Here we go.
Final question.
Final question for you two leaving for Australia. What is the capital city of Australia?
It was a guess.
I don't think it's Sydney.
Tell Mom no
I don't think it's
Googling.
Melbourne.
She laughs. She's like, okay, I'm putting my phone down.
It's either Melbourne or some other goofy name that I can't think of off the top of my head right now.
Geography is not my
All right,
specialty.
What does the subject of the previous question come in when you buy it at the grocery store?
Canberra.
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 There you go. Okay,
Canberra,
now,
Australia.
Billy and Dalton, when you go there and you get off the plane, oh, I would love to see the capital city of Canberra. And they're going to automatically be like, oh, we love these people. They know our capital. They're going to love you. There you go.
I hope you.
That is
Hope
trivia.
you feel prepped and ready to go. I've got again the link. For those who aren't seeing the chat. Here's a web page to go to get all the information about helping Lily and Dalton reach the world stage in March. That's just coming up in just 2 short months away. They'll be flying. Are you flying out of Chicago first? So
yep.
Hitching a flight out of Chicago to probably land somewhere in Texas and then fly all the way across the big pond and get their way over to Australia for the World Ski Show Championships and individual championships, which I didn't know that they were doing individuals too. I should have known that. That's just okay. Last question before we let you go. Is there any chance they insert you into the show? Is there are you like on call in case something happens and they need your act?
No, they have alternates already planned out for that, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, we'll be looking at results, and we'll be looking at hopefully able to see video of your performance when you go. And obviously looking forward to the summer of Ski Bronx water ski show team shows free down at Shorewood Park every Wednesday and Friday night all summer long. So any parting thoughts before we let you go for the rest of your weekend?
Thank you, Greg. And
Yes.
Our pleasure.
Awesome. Well, you guys enjoy your trip, and we'll keep in touch. All right.
All right.
And bring home one of these without a football. One of these. It's going to say Lily and Dalton are
There
awesome.
we go.
Ski Bronx
Perfect.
2025.
Good luck,
you
Billy.
go.
Good luck, Dalton.
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
All right. There goes our guests on their way. to Australia, Tom, and we got a few more minutes to chat a little bit about football before I got to run today. I got stuff going on. So
okay, I got a few things written down at the bottom of my page. I was thinking about using it for trivia, but then I thought, no, you know what? If we're going to have a couple of minutes, I'll use it. The all-time series between Philadelphia and Green Bay is they played 47 times. That's not right. Yeah. Anyway,
aren't they
40
like
times,
2-2
maybe.
in the playoffs or something like that?
2-1. Philly's beating them 2, and Green Bay's 1-1. We won the last one in 2010, the year we went to the Super Bowl. But the 2003 was the 4th and 26 game, which got Ed Donatel fired. It should have. Ah, man. And then the first one was 1960. It was Vince Lombardi's one and only playoff loss. Vince Lombardi was 9-1.
Yeah.
In the
back
playoffs.
in the day,
and of course, 5
I was going to say, and
championships.
back in the day, there weren't as many playoff games. There was like one conference championship game, I think, and then but they didn't call it the Super Bowl. It was just a world championship.
It was the NFL championship. Yeah. It was what it was 1 versus 2. I think for the longest time it was 1 versus 2.
Yeah.
Yep. And that was it. But anyway, they've played. How many times have they played in their history? The question was going to be 37 or 47, and it's 47 times in their history. Green Bay's won 28 and the Eagles have won 10, but that doesn't make sense because that's only 37.
Something's missing there.
But then you add in playoffs. Anyway, forget all that. Tomorrow, I truly believe Green Bay's going to win. This is not me being Pollyanna. I'm not just a homer. I truly believe we're going to beat the Eagles because I think we've been playing possum. There's
partly to that, and the good news is too that both of our quarterbacks practiced and reportedly looked good on the practice field this week. So the injured arm and the injured thumb, hopefully healed up enough that shouldn't be too much of an issue.
And you got this little thing called adrenaline that's going to kick in. I think we're going to be just fine. Look, the idea is, can we stop Saquon Barkley? I think we have a better chance at stopping Saquon Barkley than they do of stopping Josh Jacobs. The reason I say that is because I think our defense is more geared towards the run. We were 6th against the run this year. And that's pretty good. And that's before Edgerrin Cooper started playing. The last month, he was the player of the month. It was the player of the month.
Got a rookie of the year, the way things are going.
It's probably going to go
to defensive rookie of the
Jared
year.
Verse. Well, that's going to go to Jared Verse probably. I forget who he plays for, but he's pretty good. So that's fine. But if he weren't available, then yes, it would be.
Well,
it would be.
The today's games has the Chargers and Texans on CBS, and then Steelers and Ravens are on Prime Video tonight. Tomorrow it's Broncos at the Bills. That's the noon game. Packers and Eagles at 3:30 on Fox, and then the Commanders and Tampa are at 8 or 7 Central, I guess, on NBC.
Yeah.
They already decided to move the Vikings-Rams game out of LA, and they're playing it in Arizona. But it's still going to be on ESPN on Monday night. So that's the big wild card weekend that's coming our way, and the Packers are right in the middle of it all.
This is going to be epic.
As far as this weekend's games goes, what is the best looking matchup on the table? Chargers, Texans, Steelers, Ravens, Broncos, Bills, Commanders, Bucks, Vikings, Rams, Packers, Eagles. I think it could be.
All right. Well, let's just go through them. Chargers, Texans. I believe the Chargers are going to win that one and probably win, not big, but convincingly.
I think so too.
27-20, 27-18, 17, something like that. I think they're going to win by a touchdown or better. All right. Ravens, Steelers just don't have it. I'm sorry. They're one and done. Ravens are probably going to make it to the AFC Championship game. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be against the Bills, and I think the Bills are going to win it. I think the Bills are going to the Super Bowl. The Vikings and Rams look to be probably the most competitive game. think the Vikings have done a lot of this with smoke and mirrors. I think they're good. I think they're well coached. Kevin O'Donnell is a great coach, and he's got Sam Darnold believing that he's Joe Montana. I mean, this guy.
Well,
Nice.
They had a rough time in Detroit. Was that a wake up call, or was that a spanking that they're gonna mess up their playoff run?
Or could it have been Detroit exposing Minnesota for who they really are? It's one of the three. It could be a wake up call, but I don't know if you have to have a wake up call in the playoffs. Then what does that say about your team and about your motivation anyway? I think Green Bay, Philadelphia probably will be the game of the week. I think that is the game that will be very, very well fought, heavily contested, a heavyweight matchup. I do think, and I think you're going to see a different Jordan Love. I think you're going to see playoff Jordan Love from last year rather than the last couple of weeks Jordan Love, because I think what happened, it's just my personal opinion, I think Matt LaFleur kind of pulled back on the reins. Look, if we wanted to win that Bear game, we could have. We could have beaten them 34-10 without question. If this was the last game of the season, which it was, and we needed to win this game for seeding and all of that, because the 6th seed and the 7th seed, there's really no difference. We're not going to get anybody injured. We're not going to show anything. We are not going to show a flea flick. We're not going to show a Jaden Reed end around where he could possibly, where you got a couple of pulling guards that open up a hole for him. We're not going to do that. So I think they played it very, very soft and conservatively, which I'm not a fan of. But, I don't know. I'm believing that was they were just going soft and probably playing possum. That's my
Here's hoping. That's the Vikings, Rams, and the Packers, Eagles probably looking at the most competitive of the games.
Washington, Tampa will be a good game. I think that'll be a good game, and I hate to say it, but that game's in Tampa. Baker Mayfield is an absolute stud. I mean, he is. I'll tell you what, if Baker Mayfield, and this is no slam on Jordan Love, but if you put Baker Mayfield in Green Bay, oof, because of his athletic ability, I believe he has more athletic ability than Jordan Love. And I think Baker Mayfield has more athletic ability than 90% of the quarterbacks out there. I do believe he is a top tier.
He's a different level, motivated kind of a dude. So, yeah.
Yes. And in Cleveland, that wasn't his fault. And then he goes to LA, and he went one other team too.
Where was he at before?
I forgot, Tennessee or somewhere. It wasn't Tennessee, but it was somewhere AFC team, I believe. And he just didn't pan out. They got Carolina. He was in Carolina. It was NFC. It was Carolina for a year, and he found a home in Tampa. And he found a home, and he found a coach that understands him and lets him do his thing. I really truly believe that Baker Mayfield's going to go a little deeper than most people think. So I think Washington's out. I think I think LA is going to beat
the Minnesota. Surprise that I've kind of if I was going to pick an underdog for the weekend, it would be the Broncos. The Broncos might go to the Bills and shock the world this weekend.
I do not see that happening. I respect your guess, your pick, but I don't personally see that happen. I think the Bills are on an absolute mission.
It should be.
I think the Bills have a better team this year than they've had.
The Bills have no pressure on them, though. The Broncos are playing with house money, and they might walk in there and go, we got nothing to lose. Let's throw the kitchen sink at these guys, and they might pull it out. So watch out for the Broncos.
So along those lines, house money. I'm giving you what I think. It's not a hot take, but it's going to sound like a hot take. But I'm going to give you my prediction for this weekend, and we'll see how it works out. All 3 wild cards in the NFC are going to no, not all 3 wild cards. 2 of the 3 wild cards are going to win this weekend. Green Bay is going to beat Philly. The Rams will beat Minnesota, and Washington. I'm sorry,
the Commanders beating the Bucks.
Tampa will beat Washington. So never mind. Originally, I was thinking of it the other way around because I wasn't sure where the games are going to be played. So it's not a hot take. I think Green Bay is going to beat Philly. It's the only wild card that's going to win from the NFC side. That's what I think. And that's kind of what makes it a hot take, because everybody thinks Washington's better than Tampa. They got a better record. What I was trying to get to is all three teams with the lesser record are going to win. That was what hot take was supposed to be.
That could happen.
So the Rams have Vikings are 14-3. Philly's 14-3, Green Bay's 11-6, and then 12-5 for Washington versus, I want to say, 11-6 for Tampa. I think it is. So all three in the wild card round, all three of the teams with the lesser record are going to win. Right. That is my quality.
We got to wrap things up, and we got a big number of the week. And before we get to that, want to give a quick shout out to MPOWR. They were hopefully going to be on our show today, and Danny took ill, so unfortunately, we are not going to have MPOWR on the show with us today. But MPOWR is hosting our in-crowd event for January, the last Thursday of January. This as we kick off the 2025 in-crowd 815 networking group season. The MPOWR is in the Supply Corps building right across the street from the Coronado Theater. It's 303 North Main Street. So we're going to be there January 30th, 5:30 to 7:30. Going to do a little bit of speed networking to kick off the year. You're going to get a chance to meet some people, meet some new folks, and the Rock River Development Partnership is going to be the featured not-for-profit. So you're also going to learn about what the Rock River Development Partnership is all about. And come on out and join us. It's free to attend. Bring a business card and bring a smile. That's what all we charge you to come into our in-crowd 815 events is a smile and a business card, and you can get in. At MPOWR, they have flexible office rentals, state-of-the-art meeting spaces, wonderful conference rooms. You can rent a desk by the month. You can rent cubicles by the month. You can rent full offices by the month. They use virtual offices and mailboxes. Conference rooms you can rent by the hour. There's a full kitchen. All those who are renting space there get all the fire department coffee they can drink. Free unlimited fire department coffee. High-speed internet. It's a secure building, 24/7 access. You get a key card that makes it a secure office space for you. And all the stuff can be customized. All memberships are month to month and can be customized. So check out MPOWR and come out and join us for our first in-crowd 815 networking group event of 2025. Thanks to Danny Robinson for hosting us the last Thursday of this month. Our big number of the currently in the lead by a score of 5-2. Tom is looking to catch up by getting this one correct today. 1.3 million is the answer. Grills or Gills. And you gave me your text message answer, so I can add the score and ask you, Tom. Here's an interesting trivia question for you. How long does McDonald's grill its patties, its beef patties, before throwing them on the buns and serving them to you out the drive-through window?
I'm hoping 1.3 million seconds.
The answer is 42. 42 seconds is how long it takes to grill a McDonald's beef patty. The answer is Gills.
Wait a minute. Wait, did I add an R to that? How did that happen? I was Gills. The I and the R must be
608-pound bluefin tuna.
Really?
About the size of a grizzly bear, depending on whose headline you're reading. It recently sold for $1.3 million at auction at Tokyo's fish market last Sunday morning. The only fish that has ever sold for more since these records began was a 613 Oma tuna that sold for $3.1 million back in 2019. That's a big fish, dude.
Some people have more money than sense.
Well, yeah. How much sushi can you make from a 600-pound tuna?
I don't know. Yeah.
I'm guessing a whole lot of sushi. Anyway, I think that's going to wrap things up for us this week. Again, if you are wanting to learn more about show skiing, check out the podcast that is available on Spotify. Spotify, there's a handful of podcasts, including a podcast called The Ski Show, the Ultimate Ski Show podcast, which I think is hosted by a couple of folks right across the border up in Wisconsin. And they do a great job. They got a great show on Spotify. Again, The Ski Show, the Ultimate Ski Show podcast. And Dalton and Lily going to Worlds in Australia in March. Help them out, donate a few bucks, and that would be wonderfully appreciated. Remember, folks, you change the world when you help one person. Be a blessing to someone this week. We'll try to do the same. Meet you back here next week for Nicole from Women's Space is going to tell us about what's happening with Women's Space here in the 815. Tom, we'll see you soon at the trivia thing. All right.
Yes. Don't forget, get there about 11:30.
Awesome.
If you can.
Awesome.
Quarter after 11, 11:30, whatever. Look for me.
And we'll tell everybody next week how great we did at this competition.
We'll be bringing our trophy next week.
Here's hoping. Have a good one, everybody.
All right.
He won 5 in crowd. He won 5 in crowd. He won 5 in crowd. He won 5.